Hi everyone, my name is Katarzyna. I'm a PhD student at the University of Warsaw. And in my dissertation, I mainly deal with usability of interactive maps, and usability of paper maps. So I compare these mediums. Today I'd like to show you a piece of my PhD. So it's a piece of a bigger study. And of course, the user is in the center of all of it. So I'm dealing with interactive maps. So obviously, my first paper that I read when I was preparing my dissertation were papers by Robert Roth, who's here. So in one of the papers, he stated that we need to know is if cartographic interaction impacted by a variation of the user's education, experience, familiarity with maps, technology domain concepts, or other stuff. But the characteristics of users, their possibilities, limitations, their needs are really like one of the persistent challenges that we are dealing with in our studies. So today I would like to tell you more about this one question from my thesis. Do users' preferences or preferences of map medium go with their digital competences? The preferences of map users changes over the years. Most of the studies are the participants are the students, so young people. At the beginning of our century, most of the participants preferred paper maps, stated that these maps are more interactive, more usable, more easy to use while collaborating with others. But with appearance of Google Maps and other apps, which are like everywhere right now, the preferences switched to interactive maps. So now in most of the studies, young people prefer interactive maps. And some of us may know the term of digital natives by Prensky. So at the beginning, people tried to associate those two, young people like those things because they're fluent with it. It's like natural way for them to perceive information. But when people try to verify this, it turned out that the age is not really it doesn't have an impact on it. It's more like their socio-economical background, the cultural background of people. So if we really want to know if they're fluent or not fluent with digital technology, we have to know their digital competences. And for my work, to know the background of users, I chose the framework prepared by researchers which are funded by European Union. Digital competences are not only skills, it's a mix of skills and knowledge about the digital world. So this group prepared, they described 5 competences, 5 areas, which are really important in terms of this knowledge and skills. So it's information and data literacy, communication and collaboration, digital content creation, and safety and problem solving. So for my study, to get to know more about my participants, I prepared short digital competences tests based on this framework. It is composed of 10 tasks, 2 for each competence, and here you can see an example of the task dealing with laws, with what we can do, what we cannot do with digital content, and what are the results for my participants. Well, they did above average. Each participant got more than half of the points. But coming to their preferences. They were asked about their preferences twice. Before the test was composed of 9 questions, which 9 tasks, which they did based on a paper map, which was the first group. Second group used the digital non-interactive map, and the third group used digital interactive map. So 3 groups, and they were asked which type of map do you use most often at the beginning. And at the beginning, of course, everyone stated interactive maps. They're young people, like they use them on their phones, on laptops, everyday basis. And after tests, this test of 9 tasks done with map, I asked them once again about preferences, but another sort of question: which type of map would you like to use to solve those tasks? And this time, there were no it wasn't like just one answer. Answers varied, and I would like to show you more details about it. So here you can see both questions. First question on the left. We can see everybody preferred interactive maps, and the second one, in which the responses varied, but it's not like, I hope it's visible, it's not like people with low digital competences preferred paper maps, or with these ones with high digital competences preferred only interactive solutions. It's more complicated. So we wanted to see for each group, the difference for each group. As you can see, the digital non-interactive map was chosen only by people who used it. So it's the other groups just really weren't even bothered with this solution. But once more, we can see the responses are not clustered. Their preferences are fluent. So we also wanted to see if there's statistical significance between those groups, and it turned out that there isn't. So probably it's more like we prefer maps which are more challenging. Our abilities, our skills, and our knowledge does not impact what we prefer. We prefer with things which are more enjoyable, with things we can play with, things we can explore, and we want to explore. Yes, thank you so much.